Oh,
Whoa, whoa.
overlap. Okay, you go.
Hello everyone, welcome back to week 6 of the Black Twitch League. It is your boy Cool E Live, and we've got a little bit of a banger on our hands. I'm joined by Zarathai and OldSadBo, the OGs themselves, OldSadBo, aka Rodney, aka give us the third one.
Get preventative dental care because root canals cost thousands of dollars.
You bet they do, Rodney. And we have a grand spanking old matchup here. It's DPS versus the Knights of Ishtar. 3-2 for DPS, 5-0 for Knights of Ishtar. It's looking to be a banger here.
Absolutely, absolutely. We already have the Jordan fan group in the chat going nuts, but on the other side, Knights of Ishtar have just been looking amazing as the picks and bans are coming, and the first pick is going to be Zeri for DPS.
Zeri, of course, is pretty strong at the moment, especially with the forbidden champion known as Yuumi. I mean, it's just insane.
I gotta say, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like the Zeri Yuumi tech. I think the second that Triforce on ADCs gets gutted. Oh, you see Twitch. Here we go. We're building up the counter.
We're cooking with fire.
We are cooking tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I think that the Zeri Yuumi tech is super inconsistent. I think it's very hit or miss. Obviously, we know that the DPS bot lane and your bad connection and Yulu are some of the brighter spots of this DPS team, right? But despite that, I feel that it's just not as great of a pick. And now you're facing this Twitch Melio who will be able to outrange you, who will be able to outdamage you in the early and mid game. So now you're facing, okay, how are we going to be able to manage this? It's going to be coming from an aggressive attacking jungler.
Yeah, I agree. The advantage I do think DPS is going to have is while they won't have the range, will have the team fight flexibility, we'll say, with Zeri and Yuumi able to reposition after the fight starts. Normally Twitch is he's coming from one side and either your team is dead or Twitch is dead, you know, but Zeri Yuumi can zoom around, for lack of a better way to put it, and we get a Wukong who can also do the same. It does allow some exceeding amounts of movement speed. Zeri, of course, can go over walls and, you know, do all sorts of, you know, champion after 2019 abilities and stuff. So there is possibility to turn a bad fight into a good fight by saying, actually, no reverse.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This draft is putting me to sleep. Oh my god, what a snore fest. Zeri, Yuumi, Wukong first 3. It's almost like we've been seeing this for the last 6 months. Like, I get it, it's strong, but come on. We need some variability. We need some oomph in this, you know? Like, you're not going to beat the Knights of Ishtar playing cookie cutter meta.
Well,
I mean, but it's still the meta. That's how metas be. People are going to take the most effective tactics available, except for Zarathai. He's going to play Ezreal.
bro, you can't just do that to me. Come on. Hey, listen. The meta only applies if you're playing at the highest level, and I am very decidedly not doing that. So I think me picking Ezreal is fine. That's my justification for it.
However, you gotta justify it. The point is that most people are gonna take the easiest path to a win, or what they perceive or the internet tells them, right? So we're still gonna see, hey, well, this item's strong, this champion, combo strong. People are just going to do that. One, because, you know, a lot of people play this game for fun, but a lot of people's fun in playing this game is from winning, because no one likes to be a loser.
Yeah, did I not win?
No one. No, I'm not talking about. I'm saying, Cooley was saying that, you know, everybody's playing the same meta, and I'm just saying, you know, winners get free chicken strips from Dairy Queen after the game, and the losers have to pay their own. That's all I know.
Okay, we're spicing it up with
Ziggs,
Ziggs. You know
whoa.
what? I like it. You see, this is what I want to see. I don't think it works into this team comp, but you know, I'm okay with it right now. It's giving you a little bit of accessibility to break open the map. You know, being able to chunk out those Nemesis.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's what you wanted. That's what you
I
were looking
hate
for.
it. I hate it. What? Sure, you're playing into Ornn, but if this, oh my god, I really hope Tygoon knows the right Ornn build into Nasus, and it's starting with Arcane Comet. So
I thought you
if
were
I
gonna
don't
say
see
knows the right Nasus build, and I'm like,
no
Max Q.
no
What do you mean?
there is specific Ornn tech. And as the Ornn aficionado, I like the cast here, but as the Ornn aficionado, if you're not going Arcane Comet into Nasus, you're just ending the game for yourself. Like, might as well just FF there.
I'll give that a solid, maybe mainly because I don't know. I do not know the Sacred Ornn tech, the great old wisdom written on scrolls before the lore world was even built. But I do know that Cassio into Ziggs is basically, should Ziggs get miasmed, Ziggs is going back to the base either voluntarily or involuntarily, but will need a little bit of time to recoup. However, does have a significant amount of range. I actually have a lot of games on both of these, on both ways of the matchup, and I am really excited for that because it's going to be annoying for somebody, and I don't know which one.
And you know, I gotta say, I was kind of, you know, upset a little bit when I saw the Ari band coming out from Knights of Ishtar. I feel like going Ari R4 would have been a really nice pick there, especially pairing it with that Vi. You have a lot of mobility and a lot of oppressive CC and damage, and especially the capability to roam down and support this bot lane, and to just essentially keep this this Zeri Wukong like tri-core checked. But I do think that the cast pick kind of alleviates a little bit of that as well by taking away the mobility aspect that this team of DPS has put together has. You know, you can keep that Zeri off her feet. You can keep the Wukong stunned. Like you said before, you can also have a very involuntary or voluntary dead Ziggs. I think that this cast pick does give them a lot of utility and a lot of ways to do that.
Yeah. The other thing is at about half an item or 3/4 of an item, or you know, basically a lost chapter and a tier or a catalyst of Aeons in a tier. Generally, Cassiopeia can match the wave clear of Ziggs, maybe not push at the same speed, but Ziggs clears the wave, Cass clears the wave. Okay, what are we doing? You know, does not leave Ziggs open to either push forward and take your tower stupidly fast, and or, oh surprise, Ziggs walked halfway into the river, pressed R on your bot lane, and now they are losing a trade that they shouldn't win. So that is an option. That is, yeah, I like the pick. I think as long as it is handled properly, which I think will be the case, it's going to be, you know, better. On the other hand, I'm actually really hyped for the Nasus. No one doesn't love Nasus.
I hate
it's
it
like
so much.
Nasus, the Acclaimed, and I don't know, Jean-Luc Picard. If you don't like it, there's probably something wrong with you.
I will say though, I mean, I feel like we haven't seen Hugert put on their best work thus far, and especially in the last 2 weeks or so. Hopefully this champion gives Hugert the ability to make something happen. However, if they play wrongly and fall behind into this Ornn aren't meeting that like 200 stacks at 15 minutes, it's gonna spell pretty rough. Zarathai though, I want to hear what you're thinking, looking at these comps, looking at this draft, and how we're gonna be having this game go down very shortly.
I think that a lot of this game is going to come down to how the bot lane plays. I think that, you know, the Vi is really good heads up drafting in order to deal with the Zeri. And, you know, it's just, aside from the Twitch, it's the same sort of like bot lane jungle handshake we usually see in Pro, where one team gets Zeri, the other team gets Melio EDC. And we have Wukong and Vi showing up to just play the exact same game we've seen for the last 4 months. kind of hate it, but it is what it is. I think that Red Side in general has a bit more of the tools we're looking for to be able to deal with the, side of DPS. I think that Knights of Ishtar, if they don't fall behind, I think should be able to play just a much stronger map game.
I mean, even if they do fall behind, though, this team, this is a team that's built for late. You have the Cassiopeia, you have a Twitch, you have an Ornn. All of these champions want to scale. They want the game to go as long as possible. And of course, you're looking at this like, oh, but so does Nasus. I think the Cass is going to take care of the Nasus in less than 2 seconds. Like, if we get to like a 35-minute game.
Nasus should never be near Cassiopeia.
Yeah.
Never. That should be, if you are DPS, that should be what's going through your head. Has Cassiopeia posted up somewhere? Nasus other side of the map immediately. Why? Because daggone it, take the towers. Nah, we're not here for team fighting with Nasus unless we're super far ahead. It should be Nasus drawing 2 people to wherever he is, and the rest of the team using Ziggs to just be like, you lost 3 towers for that. How'd it feel? Or a 4v5 team fight, and Nasus on the other side going, I got another 67 stacks. 67 is not even divisible by 3. Don't worry about it. Doesn't have to math out. And I took a tower and a half. That, I think, is what DPS is going for. If it's something else, it's gonna be weird.
Weird indeed. And we do have a minute before we hop back into this game. But I want to hear like each of your guys' last second predictions. How do we think this will be a stomp? Do we think we're going the distance here? Is this series going to be a 2-0, which has been the staple for Knights of Ishtar? I don't know. Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But I mean, we're here and now, so.
I mean, hopefully we're not stalling for freaking Toriyama to write more pages and or Funimation to pick up more episodes, because that might just mean that, this episode is actually 40 episodes strung together to tell a 5-minute story, and I swear to God, I will bash my head against the wall.
It
takes that
tournament
long.
Of power all over again.
Oh my God. No, there should be no way for that. Okay, so I think Knights of Ishtar should be able to pull it out. I don't know about the series, but I think this game, I always say there's an who has the easier path, who has the most tools. I think Knights of Ishtar has enough tools, can team fight, can set up Cassiopeia into a side lane. Ornn can generally hang in the side lane with Nasus, maybe not win, depending on how well the Nasus is playing, right? But should be able to just stand there and be like, all right, well, we're just chilling, right? While assimilating levels, giving ornaments, all that good stuff. Should be fine. Cassiopeia, again, if Cassiopeia sees Nasus should go away. It's fine. It's a 3-minute cooldown. Just take the L and go somewhere else. But there's more they can, like I said, they also have the team fight tools between the Vi, the Cassiopeia, the Twitch, the Ornn, that Nasus doesn't quite bring as much. Wukong does, but Ziggs is, can you land the skill shots? Do they hit the right person? Zeri is, can get zoned out of a fight if there's a Vi, Cassiopeia, Ornn to just say no, right? Twitch, of course, can just be like, surprise, and there's a Twitch. So I think that's what I think for game 1. I think there are avenues for DPS, and when DPS has had Last Shyvana, has had Qgurt, has been locked in, has looked like they could compete. But at the same point, I don't think they have the same amount of ways to win that Knights of Ishtar does.
With that being said, we're going to kick it to a very quick break to make sure that all things of spectating and observing are good on our side, and then we'll get right back into the action. Stick around.
Alrighty, and
All right.
welcome back from the short break. Sorry, I'm stepping on everyone's toes now. We
It's
are
okay.
here.
We're doing fun stuff.
Yeah, we're here for game 1 of DPS versus Knights of Ishtar, and you know, so far, doesn't look like anything crazy is happening.
All I'm gonna
Yeah.
say is Grassborn. This is a win for Nasus. Hugert should demolish this lane. Oh, what a throw from Tygoon.
GG, game over, lost in Rune Select. I love to hear it. But yeah, it doesn't look like anything. There's no Blitzcrank. There's no one has like a really good level 1 just screw this guy. So I didn't think there was going to be anything unless, there's a secret Yumi tech that I haven't learned because, well, I hate Yumi.
I don't think there's any secret Yumi tech there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm
Yeah.
glad. I hope it never happens. But there's a little bit of congregation there, but it's just a reset. Nothing major coming out from Knights of Ishtar. But you said, so while you have a second, break it down. Why is Comet better on Ornn against Nasus?
So this matchup, right, Nasus and Ornn, it's a skill-based matchup, but eventually Ornn will lose after level 6. So you want to take Arcane Comet to be able to poke him out, not be able to give him the comfort of just free farming in lane. It's a wave management lane, you know. So if he's trying to push too deep, or if you push too deep and he's getting free farm, you're gonna lose the freeze, and you're gonna have to use spells to break the freeze, and you're gonna lose. So you just have to try to win that early game against him. Don't let him get comfortable in lane. Don't let him get stacked up. And then that's when you are able to really take advantage. But the best way to do that is with Comet, and that's not what we're seeing now.
That is fair. Tygoon did deny a couple minions at least. Oh, there you go. That's what I was talking about. That in the mid lane is very, very rough for Last Shyvana. If Ventro can land the miasma, can land the poison, Ziggs just loses health. Like there's no get back. You can land a Q maybe, but she's gonna do more damage than you by a lot.
Just cast things.
That's really what it is. Cassiopeia is just not going to be worried about you if you don't get the mana and or health lead significantly, which Last Shyvana does not have and is now having negative fun times.
Oh, Tygoon, though, going in a little bit, getting some decent damage. Imagine how low he would have been if he brought Arcane Comet, you know? That's all I'm going to say. If he gets the kill here, I'm going to really look stupid. Okay, I'm going to look real stupid then. All right. Hugert not putting together an impressive early game here on the Nasus. Really disrespecting Tygoon on the Ornn.
Yeah, they were both low on mana. I don't quite understand what just happened there. Got hit with the pillar, got knocked up, and then just got clapped. But Hugert does teleport back. Did use the ghost. Might be able to kill Titan. No. Volperto is here. I think he might be able to save him. Maybe. Oh, no, the Q. +12. +12.
+12. That's all you got to all work for right now.
He's got no way out, though, and there's no help coming. We'll be able to walk back to the wave, though. Tygoon might teleport and try to crash it, so... You know, Nasus things. You lost a chunk, but you get a +12. You might be able to get a cannon still. Yeah, that cannon's going to be there for a minute, so we'll get another +12. Oh, that's a ghost. That's a ghost out of your bad connection. Yulu is burning in the poison even when connected. Your bad connection now trying to turn it around on the frostbite. Yulu cannot dip out because will just die. Ventro does barely get away to a gank in the mid lane, and now we see Volperto trying to help out, keep that lane there.
Whoa!
There's the miasma. Oh, there's some tower damage, just barely. Jordan gets away. Same with Volperto, but yeah, that extra +12 will be got by Hugert up there in the top lane. Ventro playing dangerous. Mad dangerous, just hanging out. Like, I'm not worried about him. It's just Twitch. Or not Twitch, it's just Ziggs.
Uh-oh, but Ziggs in trouble.
Gets clapped. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Uses the satchel charge. Okay. Oh. Okay, then. Well, they summoners, lots of summoners lost around that mid lane area, but no one actually dies.
Yeah, and you see right early on here, with Twitch already getting, berserkers. This Yumi or not, sorry, this Zeri Yumi is just not cutting it early. I'm saying they had to pop Ghost Flash and both sums on Yumi as well, just to escape a fight, not even get anything out of it. So I'm just saying it's not looking too great here. But Tygoon wants more.
I think he's gonna get
more.
Yeah, able to take down the Nasus. Kugert, not level 6, did miss out on a solid chunk of wave between the fight with the Vi and the earlier fight. Basically teleported back to get 12 stacks and is actually now down like 20 CS, missing out on another fat wave. I don't know. I think Tygoon knew what he was doing. I think Tygoon knew what he was doing.
This one's over. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you have a 1 in 3 Nasus at 6 minutes, 20 CS, you're not gonna exist in the late game. You're just not gonna be relevant enough, and this squad is just gonna tear through.
More importantly, it has 24 CS at 6 minutes. You can't even say like, yeah, I died, but I've been getting my stacks up. Like, just
no, not even the case.
That feels real bad. We do have a little bit of an item lead from Cassiopeia. Does have the lost chapter, lost chapter, it being what Yumi would use if Yumi was 6, but is not. Voperto getting engaged on though by Yulu and Jordan, being forced out of the jungle. Now we see the rest of the team joining in, and they gotta leave. They're not gonna get to leave. Voperto gets one. There's the Cassiopeia ult, does not kill anyone. But does get enough. That's 2 kills, and now they're trying to get onto Lashifan. I think Lashifan is going to get it away, and that is going to be a 2-for-1 for. Oh no, they're still going.
Yeah, that was a really messy dive from your bad connection.
Oh, no.
I understand the desire. You see so much black in their health bars. But then this happens when they just turn around, and now that's a huge lead that Knights of Ishtar have mounted for themselves.
Yeah, literally right when taking that buff, Voperto gets level 6. And getting level 6, in addition to giving the extra health, the buff giving a little extra health, literally turns around like, oh, you came over the wall. Well, now I have my ultimate. You're not going to go anywhere. Thank you. We will miss you. But we're not going to sing the song because Sting owns all the rights, and therefore we will have to give him all the royalties instead of just some. That's a music business.
No way. Okay. I was about to say, no shot that Frostbite gets out.
Yeah, very well done by Jordan to come back down knowing that they have not gotten their back off yet and are still low, able to get the kill on Frostbite. So Frostbite will still miss out on a bunch, but Kugert is going to be missing out on color.
Oh my god.
This is not what you want. On the other side, though, we do have Voperto and Ventro heading down to the bot lane. Voperto is getting hit hard. And it's giving Ziggs the time in the mid lane to get some CS, get a tower plate, maybe another one. It's going to be close. I'm not watching. So, this is my secret sauce. I won't say secret sauce, it's very well-known sauce, but my knowledge on how I can tell if someone is actually good at Ziggs or not is when they're trying to push the tower, if they properly space out the abilities to get the passive up faster. Right, so your passive is normally like 11-12 second cooldown, and each ability you cast takes 5 seconds off of it. So you passive, Q the wave, auto, E the wave, or E anywhere, auto. And so now you've had 2 passive autos, and that will literally churn through plates faster. I mean, yes, of course, you're going to churn through your mana, but
I mean, realistically, by the time you're going for plates, your mana bar doesn't really matter anymore. You're going to be going for the reset immediately after.
Right. So like there though, you probably could have churned through. I don't think he. I shouldn't say he, but I don't think Lashivana churned through the abilities at the same rate to like maximize the passive hits on the plates to get the plates, because I mean you can normally get 2, maybe even 3, and then just drop your satchel charge and be like, well, I just took your whole tower in a span of 4 minutes. but that did not happen. That's it. We're getting a trade of objectives. We get the Mountain Drake on the bot side and the Rift Herald on the south side. Knights of Ishtar taking the Rift Herald, DPS taking the Dragon.
Now, which of these two objectives do you guys tend to prefer? I mean, I think that, honestly, it's probably better to get the Rift Herald, right? If you're the team in the lead.
For sure.
Yeah,
So
especially for... Oh, good.
No, you're good. I know that there's like some statistic that's been going around lately that like the team that gets the first Drake has like a 60% win rate or something like that. But oh wait, we got a little bit of an engage coming out from Jordan after the risky invade. Yumi there to follow up.
Well, Perito's gonna go down. Or Ventro, excuse me. Ventro's gonna go down. Jordan is on the backside trying to get onto Frostbite. Is gonna get the kill and looks like gonna get away from Chicken. Tygoon's probably gonna get that clean up. Yeah, is gonna be the clean up. But so far we have a mid laner for a mid laner and ADC. That is a... Oh, and a jungler. Never mind. It's a 2 for 2. I'm just really bad at math.
It's okay. Not all of us had to take math classes. We don't judge around here. But to answer your question, Zarathai, I'm kind of the mindset that first Drake really doesn't matter. I think honestly, even if you drop 2, obviously you have to play this smart, of course. But if you're willing to sack the first 2 dragons to build up the right momentum on other parts of the map, I think you can mess around with that prio a little bit, and especially when at that moment you had your Twitch Melio pushed in, right? No lane prio. Zeri Yumi were able to get that rotation off really effectively, and there was no contest coming out. I think in that moment, especially with the state of this top lane, where you have a 5-1 Ornn who is a third of the CS up on this Nasus, which should never happen. Yeah, you definitely go for the Rift Herald in that moment.
You can't see my face, but Hugert literally queued a caster minion while a cannon was taking tower shots as Nasus, and then of course didn't have the cooldown to queue the cannon minion for the +12, and my heart hurts. My heart hurts. I don't... But yeah, that's gonna be the tower. Oh no, and he teleported back up!
Yeah. This is where, if I'm DPS, I'm saying, all right, Kugert, we're playing a nice little game of dip the enter because you have cost us this game. Like, I don't know what else to say about... What are you doing, Kugert?
I mean, he has 2 teammates semi nearby, but yeah, this is not going to end well. Jordan is trying to get back onto anyone is going to get knocked up. Last Shyvana might be able to clean. Jordan does kill Voperto. There's a shutdown for the Twitch. Okay, that's a 2 for 1. That's not the worst. They
2 massive shutdowns going over. I mean, like, yeah, you use all your summoner spells and all your ultimates, but realistically, who cares? You just got a 1,300 gold injection. You are fully back into this game. You're back connection, looking for the solo kill, or I guess 2 versus 1 kill on Ventro. Going to be able to find it quite easily.
Yeah, and Ventro doesn't have ult either. So yeah, no, that was actually they just used Kugert as bait. Very well done. DPS said, "Hey, wait a second. I bet you'll try to kill him again."
Yeah, they did. They did indeed do that. I just don't know. I really hope for Kugert's sake that was what the plan was, that to just like sack his life. Because if that was a genuine like attempt to make something happen, jeepers! Ooh, nice little Q there onto the Yumi.
Somebody's dying. Yeah. Frostbite and Chicken the Wing. The knock up into the everything out of Twitch, and there goes Yumi. He just happened to be not connected and could not reconnect. I think was grounded. I forget which way.
It just disables her W for 5 seconds, I believe, after being crowd controlled.
Oh, that sucks. Yep, I can see how that would be useful. I do want to say, so I think trading Rift Herald for Dragon also depends on which dragon. So if DPS had gotten the first dragon at 6 or 7 minutes, and you're trading Rift Herald for second dragon, it's way worse than trading Rift Herald for first dragon, right? If they're stacking dragons, then it's a different question. But Ventro is getting knocked back by that satchel charge. Otherwise, yeah, Last Shyvana can't walk into that wave now. which is what I was saying, where Cassiopeia can literally use that control zone to just tell Ziggs you either use mana or die.
Uh-oh, Jordan.
Oh no, yeah, there's going to be all the knockups, all the abilities. Jordan is going to go down. Yulu trying to get back to your bad connection is going to be able to do so your bad connection over the wall. But Tycoon on the backside is taking some damage, but I think he's going to be fine. Yeah, that Ornn is a little too strong, a little too tanky to really care.
Yeah, Tycoon's starting to get a little bit frisky here, a little too oomph for my taste, and he's going to pay for it.
Well, Ventro pays for it. Your arrogance will not cost you, but will cost the ones you love. Oh my goodness. Downright fantasy, mythical punishment being enacted from Tycoon for his arrogance there. As Ventro does go down again, granted, Ventro might be the sacrificial calf on the other side. The only benefit is they denied Qgert both killing shots with the Q. Tried to hit either one, and both of them walked out of range before they either died or dashed. So, I mean, they are still keeping the Nasus from doing Nasus things.
And after all that, after all those shutdowns, after all that turret, after all those kills, they're only down 3,000 gold. Yeah. Like, hey. They're getting small victories, sure, but they're just not, like, their macro is not in it right now. They're trying to just push for what do we see right in front of us. They're tunnel visioning on what's going to happen next, what's going to get us going, but they haven't been able to piece together the right, like, positionings across the map. Like, you still have this Nasus, who's just non-existent, who has no place in this game. Yes, your Ziggs is starting to become really powerful, so that's going to be a very nice bright spot.
Qgert's just about okay. He does get away, does not get knocked up, but no, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. And now we see the rotations coming up to the Rift Herald again, and everybody on Knights of Ishtar is there, and nobody from DPS is there. Just like you said.
Yeah. Like it's just, they're just not positioning on the map correctly. Like you can't like hard stack the bot side of the map with Herald up and not expect it to go their way. It's just head scratching.
And on top of which, they did it fast enough that they didn't lose anything at all. So here's the other thing I want to ask, because we've seen Nasus in not a good position. This might be an insulting question. Does Qgert actually freeze the wave in a semi-safe place this time, or just keep being
Qgert? I think Qgert's gonna keep being Qgert. I don't think he's gonna freeze the wave. Your bad connection's just gonna probably die. Wow, the directed camera really hates us. Ventro are gonna be going down, almost certainly. Holy shit!
Ventro turns one though.
Okay.
Yeah, so we don't get to see any of the kills, but except for Ventro killing Jordan. But yeah, actually, your bad connection lived. Flash, Ghost, dash over the wall. Frostbite is trying to sneak up on Last. Shyvana does not know that he's actually in a trap.
Emilio's so disgusting, bro.
Super mega fire kick. Really fair and balanced ability, by the way.
That has got to be enough. So Qgert pushed the wave up past the safe area and is now getting slapped all the way back to the tower. Oh. So I guess that answered my question. He literally got the wave pushing too far, didn't just chill and let Ornn finish pushing it. Ornn has the Sunfire. Ornn's going to push that wave, buddy, just by farming it. You could have ate it the wave safely with all of your health, and now you have some of your health, and your jungler's under threat, and you just fast clear. No, I'm not good, but I know this.
Well, so here's the thing, though. I'm not saying that Qgert played that situation right, but it's not always like a matter of, oh, in this instance I need to freeze, because for example, right, like with that last Herald, I believe it was only Qgert who was on the top side of the map for DPS, but that's not helping the situation either when you're allowing a free rotation to Herald because you're deciding to freeze deep in your lane. So now not only do you not have any priority to make a contest if you have team members around you, you're just setting yourself up to continuously stack a wave that isn't going to go anywhere once they get Herald. So you just lose out on more.
I agree with, see, like right there, he cleared that wave faster than he needed to. And now Ornn has the ability to walk up and hit you some more. I mean, I guess he's backing now because he'd already lost like 3 straight long lane trades, which is where I'm like, I understand, you know, you may need to contest, but it's not just like a this one time you messed up thing.
Oh, Voperto.
It keeps. Ooh. We're debating theory, and actual practice is happening, and that ultimate from Last Shyvana is going to take down Frostbite, or excuse me, take down Voperto. Frostbite running away, chicken the wing, applying that fire light. What is it called? Campfire speed up. I hate this champion so much. I hate champions where they put I don't like just the everything they put on the champion. But I hate champions where they have so many abilities linked together. Ventro is going to get taken low. Everybody's going to walk out though. Is going to be safe. Oh, it's a dragon for DPS. Well played.
Yeah, dragon for DPS. I really don't like seeing Voperto, you know, just feeling totally comfortable to walk into blind vision territory on their own. That's just insane. Like, yeah, you guys are a little bit ahead at this point in the game, but it's just a little bit. This game can still easily be flipped in the favor of DPS, especially when you have champions like the Ziggs, like the Zeri, who are really good at dealing high amounts of damage if you can't get on top of them successfully.
Yeah, I agree. And Last Shyvana is not only dealing high amounts of damage, now actually has a shutdown. Which did not look like a thing that would be happening for DPS earlier in this game. So, yeah, I think it's both Voperto and Ventro are kind of being a little too cavalier around the Ziggs, around the, I don't think Tygoon has to worry about being too cavalier around the Ziggs, though. Yeah, he wants this.
I mean, the play here is just to try and not only to catch out DPS, right, but try to catch them without their ultimates. I think forcing out things like the Wukong Cyclone is going to be essential for them to take advantage of the team fights when they play for these big objectives. Like, right there's the Zeri ultimate, and she's not going to get a lot out of it.
That is true. Definitely a lot was used. Ventro is actually behind Cougar in levels, and they're almost even in gold. That's what?
Yeah, that's a Cougar diff. I've always been a supporter of that guy. He's just been different since the beginning of the season. It's all love to Cougar. I love that guy. Risen Reagan with a party of 40.
Hey, what's up, Risen viewers? Appreciate you stopping by on this Saturday night. But I'm saying that we're talking about how unwell Hugert has been playing. Ventro is doing worse.
Yeah, but it's also a cast that will have access to Leandries that gets upgraded by Orange, so I'm not concerned in the slightest.
Yeah, and one of the nice things about Cassiopeia, right, is that no matter how useless you are in terms of damage, so long as you can throw down the Miasma, prevent Jordan and your Bad Connection from being able to play aggressively onto Frostbite, I think it's fine for you to go down, you know, in gold, right? Like, you don't necessarily need to be the sole damage threat on your team.
That's fair. I've never seen the, well, at least you have utility argument for
Cassiopeia of all champions. Yeah, I mean, it's a bad argument, but
I'm gonna say it's less utility but more threat, you know, because she's still hurting. We saw her handle a 1v2 against Jordan and Last Shyvana in the bot lane not too long ago. And here's the first Ornn upgrade, and it's going to the Rage Blade.
There was a speed up there that was bringing 4 people into the mid lane up towards the Baron area for Knights of Ishtar. I thought they were going to be able to catch out Jordan and Yulu, but that will not be the case. But yeah, we have ornaments coming in now. I mean, yeah, again, to your point, Cassiopeia is still doing damage, can still do damage. It's just Ventro has not been playing as well as we expected, and I think we've been giving Ventro the benefit of the doubt, but Last Shyvana might be caught out here. Again, just the general, should you
Holy
find
cow.
that yourself in a place where Ornn can get you, Ornn will get you. This Ornn is not weak. Last
He is
Shyvana
not
gets away
weak,
just
but
barely.
yeah, Satchel Charge will get him the teleport up from Tygoon. That is an incredible
Oh, they're
Chad
looking to
move. Are
force
they
on
just
the
gonna go
other
for the
side.
Baron?
They're looking to force on the other side? What just happened? He just teleported away and said, okay. And now they're picking a 4v5 up around Baron. Knights of Ishtar. That's some mapping.
That's a very stinky move.
Oh!
Massive. He is from Cassiopeia. Umberto going incredibly low. Has the Radiant Virtue. He's going to heal up a little bit. Ventro dealing
Your
some
bad
damage.
connection.
Jordan. Oh my god, Jordan's able to get them. Red connection still going. Still getting a lot of damage out. Has the Yumi on top. Will be able to pick up more. Frostbite ghosting away. Oh, hits the ward. Last Shyvana is able to get him.
Nobody was on your bad connection. Like, nobody.
Yeah,
They started the fight on your bad connection, but then everyone turned their attention elsewhere. And, like, I don't know where the turn went wrong, but it went horribly wrong.
They started at a 5v4, and by the end of it, it's a 4v none. What did Knights of Ishtar just do? Like, who was it a couple weeks ago was talking about there's a difference between the other team is playing well and you just played badly and they played. But that was very much, it looked like Knights of Ishtar did everything right and then did everything wrong. And
very rapid
DPS
succession.
and DPS just did regular stuff.
Wait a second. It might
Jordan's
not
gonna
be
be
a
able
free
to get
break.
over the wall.
Oh my god.
The steal.
Wait,
Here
Umberto's
comes
still
the
alive?
Ornn. Voperto died and came back. Last
it was a
Shyvana is stuck
respawn.
on the wrong side of the map. Last Shyvana's shutdown is going to get shut down. Nasus is on the top side taking towers, but that is going to be a dragon and some kills in return for Knights of Ishtar, who at least are able to salvage something. But that's a lot of gold for Nasus, by the way. But yeah, smite too early from Jordan. Voperto gets the steal. Voperto gets the shutdown on the Last Shyvana. No, it went to Ornn.
Yeah.
Actually the worst person for them to have it go to because he's already such a pain to kill. Wow.
You do hate to see it. You really do hate to see it.
This is interesting. However, Nasus has 500 stacks or 495, which, when should you be having 500? You should be having 500 about 20 minutes. So he's about 8 minutes behind.
Yeah, very, very far behind in terms of where the expected number should be at.
But 500 stacks hurts no matter where you are.
Yeah,
so...
now it's useful, but I mean, it could have been useful an hour ago.
Fair. Very fair. Did we have a next ornament coming in? It should be coming in, right? 15, 13, 14, 15?
13 is your own, so it'll be 16 that the next one comes in.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it came in 3 straight levels.
No, it does, but you can't give out the 13 one. The 13 one is applied to your own mythic.
Ornn has one upgrade
15.
available.
Okay, so he still, he has
the
right,
next
so
one to
I
give. Forgot that we haven't actually given out the 15 one yet. So yeah, that better be going to cast. If it's not going to cast, Tygoon through the game.
You know what? I think if there's any member of Knights of Ishtar who gets a free bonehead move, I think it's Tygoon right now. Tygoon has been, oh my god.
Holy
Ventro
cow.
gets the ult off. Jordan is fine. They're attacking the clone. Your back connection is going to get away as well. Everybody walks away. Some ults lost. Chicken the wing. Super low, but there is no more long-range ults. There's only the poke from Ziggs, which is very pokey now. Went from like a hedgehog to a porcupine. Might be going to a death pit in a second. Is able to take the tower, though. As we do see now, late-game Ziggs things. I walked up with 4 of my homies, and I pressed W. I thought you had a tower.
Psych, that's the wrong number. And now we're just struggling to see where Knights of Ishtar are going to be able to recuperate here. They're trying to handle too many.
Oh my god!
Once at once. and just getting blown up.
That I don't know. I think that was a combination of things. But between Last Shyvana and Your Bad Connection, Voperto went away.
Yeah, Voperto really struggling with their positioning. I feel like after the first 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes we saw some really good heads-up play, punishing Cougar, getting the objective trades, and after that point, it's just felt like they've been walking in alone and getting caught.
Very much so. It looked like he was trying to close a trap with Tygoon onto Cougar, and then the rest of DPS was like, actually, so he's
the Uno reverse card.
Again, they just used Cougar as bait, and they said, actually, he's bait for you. You're going to come, and then we're going to farm you. Except they didn't even get to kill Cougar now because he's 3 items. He's freaking Nassus, and he's got 500 stacks, 600 stacks, 576 now. So does hurt, does heal, does not die as fast as you want him to. And that's going to be the flash used out of Chick in the Wing as they're positioning around Dragon or Baron. So remember like 10 minutes ago when we were talking about how it seems like DPS has just decided they aren't going to do macro at all, and Knights of Ishtar are kind of just leading them around the map?
Yeah, they flipped the switch.
For real. That is really what just happened. Like, I don't understand. I thought we were going to see Knights of Ishtar do what first place teams do and just kind of slowly choke them out, or quickly choke them out if they wanted to, or if they had the advantage. And that has not been the case.
It's just a Jordan diff. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I feel like Jordan has been able to facilitate so much of the success that DPS has been going through. And yes, they're starting to match the objectives, but at the same time, that presence post level 6 has just been so huge. Cyclone has set up like a lot of success here for Last Shyvana and Your Bad Connection to just capitalize on huge amounts of damage. But now we're seeing
they're collapsing on Cougar. Yeah, and Cougar this time does not have the rest of his friends around. Does dodge out the Call of the Forge God, but is likely to go down. It's just stalling while the rest of the team takes this dragon, but they're killing Cougar so they can get onto Baron and a 4v5 when it happens. And it looks like DPS is saying, yes, that's fine. We're going to take an inhibitor or 2.
I don't think they'll be able to get it, actually.
Oh my god, the damage on the Frostbite. Last Shyvana able to use the satchel charge, get away. Voperto now, they have to peel off the Baron. They can't stay on it. And there's a Cyclone. Voperto's getting hit with all of the things. Your Bad Connection is back into the fight now. Is not going to get hit with the ultimate from Ventro. Ventro is getting taken super low. We see the satchel charge available for Last Shyvana. Gonna get him free at least a little bit. Jordan still alive. Finally goes down. So that is the fight that you needed from Knights of Ishtar. And again, they did finally use the map effectively, forcing them into a fight that they can't take, they being DPS.
Yeah, and Frostbite with some really crazy positioning, getting the flank off onto Last Shyvana and Your Bad Connection at the same time. Able to duck out of Jordan as well and just kite out that Wukong just long enough to make the fight work. It was really crazy to see that.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were going to see. The last Baron fight from Knights of Ishtar, they did lose the inhibitor though. They did eventually lose the inhibitor to minions. But this, I think that's what we were expecting was, hey, they set him up for the 4v5. They're going to wipe him, take the Baron, and do stuff. And they just decided to delay the good team fight by 6 minutes. Which, I guess that's fine. I guess, if that's how you want to do. They just wanted to go rounds. They didn't want to knock him out right now. They wanted to, show that they can go 12 instead of just knocking somebody out in 8.
Yeah, you want to go...
You say that, and I just finished watching the Creed actually, so so that's really hitting home with where I'm at right now.
See, you understand. You're right there with me. They just wanted to stretch it out. Didn't want to give the impression that they can't hang in the deep water. So they let them hang around a little bit. But we do have the Ornament Abyssal coming in now, as well as the Ornament Primordial Dawn. That's the other thing. So it is a more team-oriented build out of Voperto, but has been playing Vi very much like, I have a Triforce and will kill you. but does not have a Triforce and will not kill you.
No.
That does
Totally
check
will
out.
not.
I mean, that's really what it's felt like, and that makes so much sense. Like now that I'm like, oh right, that's why you keep jumping in and trying to fight people, but you have no damage. It's because you have no damage. Except it's also not registering for you that you have no damage. Maybe you should chill with that. Oh, they're trying to catch a Ventro out.
You know, I hate to say it, but I'm starting to think that DPS might have lost their window in this one. I feel like there was a really large gap that they've put themselves in a really good position. But now with this Baron buff, Knights of Ishtar are going to be able to push themselves into a really favorable spot, despite the fact that there's this front starting to build here for DPS.
I agree, but I also think that DPS right there, that was the correct play, was putting 4 people where there's not 4 members. No, don't re-engage. Please don't re-engage. Don't re-engage.
Yes,
There's a Shirelles
re-engage,
coming out.
throw it all away. All right, here comes the teleport.
Jordan is going to go down. You should have left your... Oh, no. They're going to live. Qgurt goes in. Qgurt is onto nobody. Leave. Leave. Just leave them. You're going to lose the game if you stay. Oh, no. I should have left them.
I may have jinxed DPS, now that I'm thinking about it.
Definitely did.
Oh, your bad connection almost goes down. Yeah, I think it's my fault too, because I was like, oh yeah, that's a great macro play. Force them all to back, because otherwise Ziggs and Yuumi and Zeri will just take their base while they push with Baron, and then they decided, yes, and then fight them. And it's like, no, and not, and no, and then. No, and then.
Just
That's
make
an
the
old
play
joke
and
for some of
recall.
you. I think some of y'all might be too young. Literally, that joke came out before you were born. But, you know, if you're approximately 35 to 40.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
sir,
so
you missed me with
approximately
that one.
0% of our audience.
Not a huge dude, where's my car following going on here.
None whatsoever. Listen, even if I had seen the movie, and I probably have, it's been at least 10 years for me, and I can't remember anything past 3 days.
I mean, that is fair. I am definitely old enough to remember being excited to rent it on DVD.
Bro, rent it on DVD? What do you mean? You mean rent it on Laserdisc, right?
It might have been VHS, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, next thing you're about to say is you're gonna tell me you used to record that on DVR or some shit. Like, what age are we in?
No, I am very much a product of the analog age, just hanging out here. But we do have a reset, and basically it's functionally even in gold, except the ornaments have now come in for everybody on the side of Knights of Ishtar. And everybody's just standing here. Oh no, here comes the flank. Ventro's on the bottom side. They don't see Ventro. Last Shyvana trying to get away, is going to get hit with the miasma. That is going to be Qgurt just left out to die. Jordan goes back in. Why did you go back in? I thought we all agreed Qgurt was the sacrificial dog. Ew, that sounds bad when I say it out loud. But there goes the entrance from Voperto.
Yulu disconnected during that fight.
Oh, that's rough.
I don't think it mattered. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I think this one's just over.
Yeah, I don't know if
this
it
is
was
definitely
a game
over.
changing, but that was you are correct. That is not
That
helpful.
is.
Maybe your bad connection does live a little longer, is able to stall this out a little longer, but that is going to be game 1 for Knights of Ishtar. That went back and forth.
It looked so good there for a couple of minutes for DPS, but then you know you hate to see that happen where a team crawls from behind, gets themselves some sort of a lead, and then is suddenly spiraling out of control. They don't know how to push through. They don't know how to finish it. And they had the chance to finish it. They had the split push. They just needed to go 1-3-1, and they might have been able to break base and fully push forward. But that's not at all what we saw.
Yeah, 100% agree, or at least 1-4, and also it's like they learned, and then once they saw the stack amount for Nasus, they were like, actually, Nasus is really important now. We need to go in to save him. Because earlier they were like, we'll just use him as bait. And then later it was like, we have to go in and save him now. and I thought that they were kind of I thought DPS had decided that they were not going to do that anymore, and then they changed their mind.
Yeah, a change of heart indeed. But you know, I think there was a lot of bright spots there for DPS despite the unfortunate outcome that has come their way, and I think that they have a lot of things to build on from this game. Number one change is get that Nasus off my screen, please, for the love of God. Do not let Cougar convince anyone that to play Nasus again. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really rough for Cougar. I think Cougar's had a bad couple weeks, it feels like, where they've just been kind of manhandled by most of the top laners in the league. And I really want to see Cougar stabilize and just play to, like... I mean, I don't want to say necessarily just play to their own strengths, because if that is playing to their own strengths, then I have a lot more concerns, to be honest. Yulu's power went out? Holy shit.
Oh dear.
That's not good.
Well, yeah, that will
that puts a bit of a damper on things. Alright, we are gonna throw it to an intermission while we wait for that to be sorted out.
Yeah, I think they're looking for a sub. For an E-sub.
Yeah. We'll be right back as soon as we have any further updates on the situation. Don't go anywhere.
強く強く輝いて消えた流れ星ほら命が燃える何かに怯え走り続けたその虚しさのしじまに何を見て何を探してきた自分の声がただ響く幾千万の星の中で惹かれて出会った守り手たちよ回る回る時
Alrighty, we are back for the draft of Knights of Ishtar versus DPS Game 2. It has been a little while, but we have a very interesting e-sub featuring Red Strike from a completely different team. I am Zarathai. Joining me is OldSadBo and Cold Geek.
Uli.
You forgot to update
and
the
Rena.
score.
I forgot to what?
Update the score.
Update the
And for our viewers at home,
Oh
it
my
is
God.
it's actually nice. It's Knights of Ishtar on blue side, and it's DPS on red side. So this first pick, Wukong, will be going over to the one and only Voperto. Much more characteristic pick than the Vi, I think. I think the Vi pick was good, and I think the Vi pick was fine, but I think Wukong allows for a little bit more usefulness in these team fights, which is something that Voperto plays heavily into. Oh, Kaisa.
That is true, but I guess the Amumu is banned. We have seen, I still maintain that DPS is practically undefeated when Jordan goes full utility, as opposed to combo, or bruiser or full damage. So I think that would be.
Is Rel enabled?
Yep, everything should be live. That's what I was
Whoa!
told in Captain's
Are
chat.
we playing Rel jungle?
Oh my god.
The broken horseback girl herself? I'm really hoping that this goes jungle. I desperately want it to go jungle.
I don't.
What do you mean you don't? You want a Kaisa Rel bot lane? What is that supposed to do?
Different things. Weren't you just saying you wanted different bot lane meta?
Okay, yeah, but this Kaisa could
Hours
be
ago,
going.
but
Yeah,
still.
Okay. This Kaisa though. Now think about it. Listen, hear me out.
Okay.
The AP build on Kaisa is strong again. The changes to her evolution points go crazy now. What if we're seeing this Kaisa flexed mid or top? Never mind, they lock in the Ornn on R3. What the hell are they doing?
Their best.
Banning two top laners. I think it's obviously a Kaisa bot lane. I don't think we're gonna get
Yeah, no, it
fun
is.
Kaisa adventures.
It was just coping.
I don't want to see the Rel jungle. Except for
really
the
do. I so
except for the
desperately do.
memes. I mean, I was hoping it was the new bot lane that you were crying about wanting.
Fight with Varus Braum. I'm okay with that. It doesn't have a Melio in it. It doesn't have a Zeri Yumi. Therefore, it's not meta. So I'm gonna take it.
I mean, I would pump the brakes on that one a bit. Varus is definitely still meta right now.
No.
There we go. There's a
Pish
Jarvan.
posh. Pish posh.
We're gonna.
Ow.
Okay. Okay. Now, Braum, on the other hand, I think is a bit of a strange pick. I don't know where. I don't know where this Braum is really playing into. It doesn't feel like it's particularly enabling the Varus or disabling DPS's bot lane.
And you're also kind of just looking at this team that they've put together. They have a lot of dive potential, but do they have the damage pre level 11? Camille's just gonna want to split push. Galio doesn't really hurt until pretty later in. Wukong sure, Varus sure.
Okay, hang on. It's coming together in my brain.
I'm heading
Okay.
I like both of these comps a lot now. So you have Wukong, Camille, Galio, which means that one or both of them go in and Galio comes over top. Braum is just there to keep Varus safe and provide the extra CC, maybe the extra knockup, right? Fantastic. On the other side, we have Kaisa, Rel, Ornn, Jarvan, Anivia, which is also just... We have 4 people who want to say, fuck this area right here. This circle of life will be a circle of death. and then Kaisa can hit people. I really like that both of them just said murder ball. I mean, there's also a Camille for split pushing, but more importantly, murder ball.
Okay, I'm listening.
Just murder ball. That's it. They both said, "Hey, why not murder?" And the other team said,
Yeah, okay, murder.
"Me too." I love it. I actively love it. There's a lot less nuance that needs to be nuanced.
So
we are here to do some fighting, good old fashioned. Let's see if you can team fight, because I can team fight. Can you?
So you remember as a kid, we all played this. Good old game of keep the balloon up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what this Knights of Ishtar comp is going to want to be doing. You have Gallia knockup, Wukong knockup, Braum knockup. Varus is going to want to keep you rooted and down. But it's just a huge chain of CC that they have in front of them. But both teams have it as well, so it's going to be a bouncy house kind of game.
Yeah, it is, and it's great. I wish that this happened more often. Like, that's the best way I can put it. Like, as much as I do appreciate when everyone's like, hang on, let's play like not idiots. When people do play like idiots, I enjoy it. Like,
Okay.
I won't say play like idiots, but when people decide, hey, we are going to just team fight. Look, all of this cute stuff, it's great. Yeah, let's play the macro. Yeah, let's play arrangements. Yeah, let's, make sure the lane assignments are great. No, I'm gonna put a hat on a hat. I'm gonna put a champion on a champion. Who gets CC'd first? Let's go. I love it, because it's just, I like, it tickles that thing in the back of your neck where you're like, I just want to see some good old video game carnage. I don't want to see people spamming to counter to, I'm going to cross over in the fighting game, but, I don't want to see, you can flood 3 levels with projectiles and, black. No, I want to see 48 hit combo countered to a 59 hit combo. And that's it. That's what I came for.
Yeah, you started off that sentence with almost lyrics to a Cardi B song, and I got really concerned. But yeah, you're entirely.
The funny thing is, I'm so old, I don't know which part was lyrics to a Cardi B song and what song it would have been. Like,
Yeah,
I would have to ask my kid.
I haven't heard a Cardi B song, so you know what? I'm gonna
call cap on that.
Okay, I might have heard
heard
one. I've probably heard one. I just haven't listened to one.
Okay,
I have
okay,
heard
that's
lots of
different.
them. I just don't know the actual lyrics to them outside of like, should my child be listening to this? Did I listen to worse at her age? Okay.
No, yes.
That was pretty much the arguments that were presented to me. And it was like, so what it was like somebody pointed out, like, wasn't one of your favorite albums Warriors by MOP? Yes. How old were you when you bought that album? I was like 11 or 12. Like, isn't one of the choruses, it's the background N-words, yes, the background N-words, murder, murder, N-words, kill 'em, N-words, kill 'em. And I was like, yes, I love that song. It's called Background N-words. And I was like, oh, I have stumbled across the point. Okay, so
you have such a way with words.
I do what I can. But yeah, no, I am very excited for this draft. That said, I actually like Knights of Ishtar's better. I do think Camille has so what we saw last game was Knights of Ishtar playing the map better, right? For everything except like an 8-minute span. And even then, they kind of seemed like they played the map better. They didn't play the team fights better. So with Camille being able to go wherever and Galio being able to go wherever and cause chaos and then still converge, better, I think, than Ornn can. Definitely better than Anivia can. It allows for we caught you out and now this is an odd numbered fight, and then vice versa, we didn't catch you out and now Camille's just taking side lanes, or Galio can keep Varus and Braum and Wukong safe for no reason other than that's his kit. So yeah, I like Knights of Ishtar, but I like both drafts because they committed. I like that when teams actually commit to this is what we're doing. No, there's no plan B, there's no plan C. We're here for this. We're here to fight.
Well, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of fighting, but first we're going to kick into a short break to get all of the lobby things up and going, so stick around, you won't want to miss it.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we're live.
Shenanigans may be afoot. Oh, they're oh no. All right, DPS is doing that thing again where they stack 5 people in one bush to make sure that no one gets caught out and or no one gets, pulled by a random invade, which is great in theory. It's just super conservative and I hate it because they get no information and the other team almost always gets information about them.
Whoa, what the heck?
I mean, but yeah, but at the same time though, if this Knights of Ishtar team does want to go for the invade, they're in the best position to counter it. Like it's a give and take, and you may get taken more often than not, but hey,
I mean, I understand the safety, but it always winds up with them. Almost always winds up with them getting a disadvantage as far as information early, and then that likely allows for more pressure. So like they don't know that it's basically the junglers are mirroring each other right now. But
yeah, I don't think they know that they're starting on a ward.
Yeah, they have no idea. And so not only do they not know, they don't know that they are known, which is just a not ideal situation. That's the best way I can put it, right? And sometimes we've seen it would lead to where, the other team is able to collapse on Jordan when Jordan is at Scuttle Crab, or vice versa, knowing where they're not, they're able to make a play across the map. And it's just one of those things that I don't think is ideal. I mean, it is very safe in that it does not give up, bad plays level 1, but it also doesn't ensure any good ones.
Well, it can ensure a good one if the jungler goes for a late solo invade. Like, there's a non-zero possibility. But, yeah, realistically, you're not going to be getting any huge amount of boon from stacking, just 5 stacking at level 1. What?
Well, the other thing is that most of the teams have now adjusted to it. We saw it last week where teams were like, hey, they're 5 stacks in this bush or that bush. There's only 2 bushes they ever do it in. We were all watching the games. Those teams are like, they're either here or here. We're just going to walk around and put a ward here. And they've been able to do it and get like wards in places that ward shouldn't be. And Shyvana is going to get sent into the egg realm.
They got egged.
The aggro. Pretty, very nice, very nice. I'd say that was an excellent joke.
I thank you very much.
Really
But,
coming out of the shell with that one.
yeah, it's not gonna get executed quite yet though. It's just a loss of passive. Still, that
It's
passive.
just, we're just on a roll with the yolks.
There's gonna be the knockup on the Ventral. Ventral's gonna have to flash away. Actually, did avoid the knockup, and is gonna. Oh wow!
Wow,
That sucks.
This is not a very exciting game for La Shyvana right now, I gotta say.
It's just, you know, sometimes you got it, and sometimes you're just not as cracked as you want to be.
Roberto sitting on a ward.
And Jordan and La Shyvana here with the fight, but La Shyvana, oh, very nice stun, gets the first blood. I thought he hit the, I thought that was the clone, but it was not. Picked the right Wukong, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Too many, no more, please.
Y'all deserve a break from that, for sure. But yes, first blood over to La Shyvana, who still has teleport as well. Even though Ventro did teleport back in the lane, will be able to at some point clear that wave. I think waiting for that like 5-minute break point, which I don't know if everybody watches like random tell you about the game YouTube. But that's actually like a really big thing apparently that I just learned, that everybody wants to take a back right between 5 and 5:30 for optimized timings for dragon and plates.
That makes sense. I don't do it.
If you make somebody if you make them take it earlier, they won't have maximized the money they should have, and if you make them take it later, you can almost always get a plate or a dragon somewhere.
Joke's on you, I don't even know how to last hit.
Got him! Woo!
But yeah, it's about
can't optimize something that doesn't exist. Checkmate,
it's about
loser.
being in lane for, I think, this cannon wave that's about to hit and crash in the mid lane at 5:30, because that's because you see how both junglers are also around the mid lane right now, because that, like, the way the game, like the way everybody plays the game, almost funnels at least 4 people around the mid lane at this time, which leads to either mid lane plates or a dragon. It was a really deep thing from a smart person that I'm explaining like a stupid person, because, well, that's my job.
Is it?
Yeah, it's his job to really dumb it down and make sure that the whole audience can understand, because, you know, we are streaming to Twitch chat, so it's not exactly...
Damn.
I like how you reflected that. But here we go. We do get the Galio entrance into the ultimate from Tygoon, and Qbert is just gonna go down. That's exactly at 6 minutes 5:30. This is when the fights happen, especially because this is when mid laners hit level 6. Like, it's literally, you have to get that back off before the mid laners hit level 6 and the top laners hit level 6, because that cannon wave is where everyone will hit level 6. Plate. Oh, okay, the re-entrance from Red Strike going back in. Voperto trying to get away. Oh, your bad connection, not able to get it. Does get the kill. The minions got it.
Oh, big double.
God.
3 for the price of 1.
Yep.
Wow.
3 for the price of none. That is insane. That Kai'Sa is so accelerated now.
Yes.
Accelerated.
Yes. Yes. But again, it's that this is the window, right? This is the window where teams are playing for the first objective or the first big push for plates or something, and so you have to time that back between 5 and 5:30, because even though he got the kill, Ventro was not as strong as La Shyvana, who has the 2 mana items and can now just do that and chunk him out all the way, and Ventro still needs to get it back off because he's sitting on like 800 to 1,000 gold. Am I right? Is my math right?
Your math is incorrect. He's sitting on way more, 1,500 gold at this moment. And speaking of the gold,
okay, I'm sorry. He got the assist gold. So yeah, my math is off. But normally they're sitting on somewhere between 8 and 12. I'm sorry. This is actually something that, like, when I found it out, I did it blew my mind, because I was like, oh,
cute.
This is why I've been getting my butt whooped. similar to how Kugert is living currently, he is not having a fun day.
Not at all. The Camille matchup is not a fun one to deal with as an Ornn. It's a skill matchup before you get you allow that Camille to get what's it called, Divine Sunder, but after that it's all but over.
Holy cow. Jordan might just be going down. Jordan almost certainly will be going down. Oh, flashes out.
Kugert might be going down. What in the... Oh, man.
2 flashes for the price of none?
And they still can't get from under the tower.
Oh my god, dodges it?
No shot.
And he lives with the triumph?
God.
What? That's so unfortunate.
That feels bad. But in the bot lane, we're seeing a bit of an engage coming out from Red Strike and your bad connection. Chicken the Wing gonna get chunked out quite low. Frostbite trying to put a little bit of suppressing fire. Kugert, Call of the Forge God. Gets Tygoon.
Hey, get your kill back. Get your lick back. I appreciate it. That door is a real tanky door, though, in the bot lane. Because I agree. I thought Chicken the Wing was done and was just like, door. Hold
the door. Well, I gotta say, off the bat, this Ornn build is not it. I mean, why are you not just rushing bombies? Well, Plated Steel Cap Rush?
I'm concerned about the null magic mantle.
You haven't built health.
What is the null magic mantle doing for you? That's the part I'm confusing about.
Well, it's a nice little adornment piece. It's clearly just an accessory.
He's got the garage sale build going on, you know? He's really got to optimize those item slots to fill all of them simultaneously.
The garage sale is supposed to be, I thought you get all cooldown reduction items, so at least like you can hit your buttons faster. You get like 3 different cooldown reduction items, but there are none of these available.
You know, sometimes you lose, okay?
Wait. Is that tier supposed to build into Winter's Approach?
No. I'm almost certain the tier is just going to be hold on so that he can stay in lane longer. Like, there's no way he builds that into Fimbulwinter, right?
I hate everything about this.
I am so...
I don't
you like the refillable potion, right?
I don't mean to be picking on Kugert here, but it's just
well, we do get the lane resets and we get 4 members up top instead of 3 from DPS. So DPS is trying to get this Rift Herald, trying to continue to take the objectives safely. Ventro might be caught out here. Very nice taunt, but it does not hit your bad connection. He's going to get hit with the crash down as well. Take a bunch of damage, but not all of it. Your bad connection, while ahead, not enough to kill through a gargoyle quite yet.
He's already finished Abyssal Mask? Oh, right. The item got made so much cheaper.
Oh, yeah. They took like 1,000 gold off of it.
Yeah, 2,400 gold now, I think, for the complete.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, Ventro sitting on the full Abyssal Mask, not going to be doing a whole lot for them against your bad connection and Jordan. But going to be incredibly valuable against the last Shyvana, giving a little bit more damage to Frostbite and himself.
But also just going to let her stay in lane a lot longer. Ooh, Red Strike is getting taken down. Magnustorm going out. We have all of the ults and a couple of teleports. Magnustorm is going to not be enough. Ventro trying to enter the fight, is going to exit the fight. That is going to be a stun on the Chicken the Wing, who's going to be forced to flash away. There's going to be the flash in and then the taunt from Ventro, and that is going to be everybody jumping in. Your back connection is stuck. Actually was stuck in the Cataclysm with Jordan. Jordan never took it down, and that is going to be a double kill for Ventro, who is the only person with an actual finished item before that fight ended, which turned out to be the most important thing. Good call.
Holy cow, Ventro just shot up another 1,000 gold. Only going to be about 500 gold ahead of the last Shyvana at this point, but that slam dunk play from Ventro was just really good timing and really unfortunate anti-synergy from Jordan.
Yeah, on top of which, your bad connection actually tried to flash out and did not get all the way out of the Cataclysm and or get CC'd mid-flight or slowed, I should say. So did not get enough space, but did not get out and wound up getting super slammed which again, totally not cool, and gave the shutdown over to Ventro, who already had a finished item and it is now actually going to be able to get some damage items, but is just walking straight tops and is going to go on to Cougar with Tygoon.
It's just over.
Yeah, Cougar
It's over for Cougar.
just
Wait.
gonna die.
Yeah.
The taunt was so nice.
Really good dodge with the Hextech ultimatum though by Tygoon to avoid that last tick of damage.
And then the taunt to make sure that they can't get that Cougar does not get the redirection of the Call of the Forge God. That's just very well done now by Knights of Ishtar, and we are seeing them play the map. I think they're going to try to make sure that by the time team fight time comes, there's no team fight to be had for DPS.
Yeah, definitely trying to limit the amount of team fight angles that DPS has at the moment. Your bad connection, of course, still going to be incredibly strong. Has opted for the
dive?
Storm
The
Razor.
dive?
Oh, this is really bad. Okay. Flashing the
What?
Cataclysm. Drops the chains.
What?
And they walk away, and they're going back in. And they're out. Okay. You know, Magnet Storm does make sure that Frostbite goes down. I really would have liked to see Frostbite just flashing past Jordan and the last Shyvana to try and get out of the situation entirely.
I hate when things that shouldn't work just end up working. Like, that was such a bad first attempt.
They got enough, I guess is the best way to put it, on the first attempt, and nobody died, and that's all they needed to do. But yes, that was definitely more of a not
It was
concentration. What's the
something.
word?
It was something.
Yeah, I can't even think of the right word because I'm trying to think of the word for it. Was a determination dive. There we go. Where it wasn't that you necessarily did anything particularly great. You just kept trying.
Perseverance.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Where it kind of has it like you didn't do a good job, but you did it so hard it worked. You
Yeah, just-
Yeah,
persevered.
you stuck with it.
Sounds like the tagline for Nissan. You know, that's all. You know, you didn't do enough, but you kept trying and it worked out. But anyways, now as we go ahead pull ourselves out across the map, you know, there's a little less than 2 minutes until drag timer spawns. Both teams with a drag apiece. It's a very close game in all actuality. Less than 1,000 gold separating the two teams, but this Galio is starting to get a bit scary. Hasn't been checked just yet, but at the same time, we are seeing the Roa scaling in full effect here for last Shyvana, already at 3 charges of that.
I honestly think that Abyssal would have been better here. The burn would definitely, especially. Well, I mean, I guess you didn't know it until it happened, but oh my god,
Tygoon going aggressively. Holy cow.
Cougar! Oh, he
That's a
got the knock.
Teleport? That's 4 people topside to deal with Tygoon. I mean, yeah, it's a full minute before the dragon, so Tygoon will just go down, but it feels like it's a lot to invest the last Shyvana's teleport onto that play.
I think it's because I won't say I think, but either they are planning to sack the dragon for the Rift Herald and to push further
Holy
in.
cow,
Oh my
the
god,
3-man
that
Megastorm,
Storm.
Frostbite going half health. Frostbite already going down, you're better connection. Just going to continue popping off. Never mind. Ventro gets the slam dunk with the heroic entrance, is able to taunt up last Shyvana. Protobelts.
Last Shyvana is on the wrong side of everything.
Yeah, last Shyvana just gonna be slowly dropped down, but Perto, very great warrior trickster to dodge out from the flag and
Why
drag.
did Jordan go back in?
Jordan really wanted to finish off Perto, but was not able to.
I think Jordan just wanted to feel involved and feel included there. You know, it was
That's
it
so
was just
mean.
she wanted to be a part of the party.
Hey, look, if the team going down, I'm going down with it. Oh my god.
Sink or
That's
swim, we
rough.
do it as a team.
Yeah, that was the mentality there. I mean, there's no other reason.
If we
to
die, we
jump
die
back into
together.
that.
I don't know that they can actually get away with doing this, Dragon. Your bad connection's already back here with the Rel. Red Strike is cutting off a pair to make it a
Ventro is
3-man
still
stun.
huge. Tygoon's coming over the wall, and your back connection is
Running.
They just have to run from Tygoon. That's it.
Wait,
And
Tygoon's
it's
just
not
gonna
good
keep
enough.
going.
Tiger's just
Galio?
walking.
Are we not going to talk about
It's a
it?
chrono belt, yeah. That's normal.
What?
Or the rocket belt, yeah, whatever. That's normal Galio, so you dash forward more. Or
No, that is not
Yeah.
normal Galio.
Rocket Belt. Okay, Rocket Belt is pretty normal for Galio. That is the Hextech ultimatum for Tygoon. Tygoon's going all the way in there. The Cataclysm
I'm
onto
looking
3
this up.
people,
This
taking
feels
a lot
incorrect.
of damage. Your back connection
Ooh,
getting a lot of damage.
Lashivana's gonna get somebody.
Going to go down. Tygoon finally dies. Just going to get auto attacked. Operto having to get out of there. The flag and drag picks up none. And Lashivana with the Cataclysm on top. Jordan and Lashivana are able to just pump out a massive amount of damage onto the 3-man core.
I feel like it's not bad, and you think it is.
You're
Oh,
gaslighting
why?
me. It has a 14% pick rate.
Right, but like it's not 0.
Okay, yeah, but you said it's a common build. 14%
Well,
is
40% is
common
pretty
build.
common. That's more than 10% of games. Anyways, your bad connection going to be doing a whole lot of damage. Roberto going down anyways. Chicken the Wing and Frostbite still here, but Frostbite really low on mana. Cougar has the angle. Frostbite able to walk out of it. Going to avoid the crash down as well. Not going to avoid the stun though. Your bad connection picking up another is probably going to pick up a third on Frostbite here. Nope, we'll go over to Cougar.
Oh, Cougar, buddy.
No, listen.
Buddy.
Cougar needs to... No, listen. Your bad connection has so much gold already. Your bad connection has about 10,000 gold at 20 minutes. Listen, hear me out. Now, Cougar really needed that 300 gold because now they're only 800 gold behind Tygoon, right? Big brain plays.
Virtue. Radiant Virtue.
You
In
know,
patch 13.11.
you know, listen, it's... Okay, yeah.
Please.
I mean, are you watching what's happening? Because
I'm watching it. Tygoon
these are great points. He's making great points by just saying the name and making exasperated sounds. Because yes, if you see what I see, you would know. First of all, it's a Christmas Carol, and second of all, it's a dead Ornn. Like, just yeah,
I'm so hurt. Game in and game out. What? Like
Yeah. Hear me out, right?
dude.
He's going Radiant Virtue. He's gonna build a Fimbulwinter, and then they're gonna build a what's the item? Redemption. Yeah, Ornn's gonna have Redemption, and it's just gonna be sack everything, play specifically to your bad connection. Just don't play the map at all. Let Camille do whatever she wants in this game. Just let Ornn sit within like 2 screens of your bad connection, and everything's gonna be a-okay.
Oh
I
my
just-
goodness.
okay. So I agree with you, but then they need to. Oh, well, that's why they can't. Never mind. I was literally about to make a point about what they need to do, but the point has been answered. Oh, it's bait. I love it.
It's Baron
it.
time,
The
baby.
fakey wakey.
Wakey wakey, it's Ventro here to stop the Baron 1 versus 4. Ventro's going in, Chicken the Wing already here as well. Ghost out from your bad connection, doing a whole lot of damage to Ventro. That is the Ornhorn. Heroic entrance going to be canceled by the Ornhorn. That is going to be the Baron steal by Moperto?
Oh my
Jordan
god, the fight
misses
went on
the
so
smite,
long.
but the Cataclysm comes out. It takes down Chicken the Wing. Tygoon still on the flank, looking for your back
Tygoon's gonna
connection.
get
He's
on
going to be
that
able to
your back-
Hextech
yeah.
ultimate him out. But the Healer Instinct is able to get Tygoon, or place a little further away,
my
but it's not far
God.
enough. That's going to be so much damage from Frostbite. Holy cow, Frostbite takes them all.
Okay.
But the
okay.
Baron
So
steal?
that fight,
What the
that
heck?
fight lasted so long. Wukong walked from bot lane to the Baron, had time to hit a person.
Bro, they all
dash
walked.
dash from that person to Baron, hit Baron, and then smite Baron. I
feel like
You know what?
maybe DPS overestimated their Baron take potential.
I agree. So I agree.
You're baffled. Like at this point, okay, I know we're all baffled by that play, but like let's take a moment and refocus and really try to look at the game critically. Where does DPS go from here to win the game? Right? They've tried doing a sacrificial lamb in the bot lane to drag away members. but they just weren't able to kill the Baron fast enough. They tried to pick unequal fights, but they just like they can't stick to anyone convincingly. How does DPS find their angle back into this game?
The sacrificial lamb has to actually be Qgert if they want to take an objective like Baron, because they need the DPS out of the Anivia. But in any other time, Qgert can't be in a side lane. One, because he's not like, oh my god, he went for the Thumble-Winter too.
Oh no, that's not good. Okay, Frostbite getting chunked out a little bit. That's gonna be Voperto onto 3, stuns them all up. The Cyclone is going to do a whole lot. Cataclysm not doing a whole lot. Locks Frostbite in. Your back connection can be taken down. Frostbite flashing over the wall is able to take down your back connection. That is a 4-for-1 Ventro, able to get a whole lot of taunting. And DPS, they're just slowly falling apart.
DPS does not have the DPS, ironically, to do anything in their death ball fight. Part of it being that, one, Qgert is not as tanky as you would like, and as we saw, it literally just got deleted. Last Shyvana now has the fully stacked, has a fully stacked Rod of Ages, has a fully stacked Abyssal. Yeah, but it does not still have that, like, Q with the R underneath, pressed E, someone is half health. And it could, and part of it is because of the amount of ahead that everyone on Knights of Ishtar is, where there's magic resist on like 4 of the 5 members already, and there's no magic pin coming out. Well, I guess there's magic boots coming out from the Anivia, but that's not going to be enough to eat through them, and half of them got healing on top of it all. Why? Because.
Oh my god. Wait. Sorry to interrupt your point, but I just need to mention something I just saw. Frostbite is yet again going for the one-on hit item into AP. Hold that thought. Cataclysm in from Jordan. Gonna be stunned up by Chicken the Wing, and Voperto getting out of there. That is the Glacial Fissure down. Tygoon looking to chunk out Jordan, able to do a whole lot of damage. Venture, oh my god, Frostbite just annihilates them. Qgert just walks into the fight from absolutely nowhere for no reason and dies with their team.
I think Frostbite's build is fine. I don't know if you saw what I saw.
Frostbite's build
is fine.
Yeah, Frostbite's build is fine so long as they're getting ahead, right? I just mentioned it because it actually makes that Abyssal Mask that Ventro picked up so much more valuable. Now you're actually sealing magic resist for your Varus to do so much more damage.
Yeah, not a normal build, not like Proto Belt Galio, but people disappeared. Like, you would have thought it was the Chicago PD taking you to the black site to interrogate you and never charge you, even though that's against the Constitution, the way people are disappearing around Frostbite.
Bro?
What?
Frostbite? What? What are you doing there? Frostbite?
But your bad connection does get the shutdown, and Roberto's got to run away. I guess too greedy?
Yeah, Frostbite going for the really greedy back after getting the red buff.
Well, it was making people disappear, and your bad connection said, I'm actually a big fan of pretending to be the justice system and exposing you for doing stuff you're not supposed to. What? Huh? Anyway.
Yo, who do you
listen,
work
hey,
for,
no,
bro?
no,
Like,
listen.
Who are you?
I want to rephrase something you just said, because you said justice system, all right, and that's incorrect. We have a legal system.
No, I'm sorry. It's no. JSOC. It's the U.S. Justice Department, but they technically say system when the Justice Department is investigating. So that
your back connection can be picked up by Tycoon. That is the Grand Slam. Holy cow, the heroic interest picks up for Tycoon, doing so much damage. Qgert is just going to be slowly chunked down. Tycoon looking to try and find the last little bit on Last Shyvana. Last Shyvana does have the stun, but is that going to be enough? Tycoon will not look for the hook shot.
Nah, this is not. You can't come back from that. They're just going to run it. It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
I mean, it
that is a 10,000 gold difference.
Can probably stall for 15 seconds. Anivia basically built for that.
Yeah, Anivia is the champion to do that.
Not happening. It's over.
As far as,
Holy
oh,
cow.
you're right. Never mind. As far as
It's-
changing the outcome, I don't think the outcome's gonna change. But did stall until the rest of the team was there, and Roberto just slaps the Nexus.
And that
Oh
is
my god.
game number 2, going the way of Knights of Ishtar. A quick, well, not quite quick, not quite clean 2-0 from the Knights of Ishtar.
Yeah, and there was definitely a lot of a lot of factors that played into this one, especially the fact that that DPS was playing without Yulu, their starting support, bringing in Red Strike. I feel like that kind of changes a lot of the way that they played this game. It feels like it wasn't a typical comp that we see DPS run. It wasn't a typical play style we see them operate under. But yeah, that Galio was just a monster for the first like 10-15 minutes of the game. And there was just no answers for it from the side of DPS.
Yes.
Now-
Yeah, no, you 100% correct. Galio was many different places and still in lane, which, I mean, I don't like Anivia into Galio for that reason, because Anivia doesn't roam as well and doesn't take tower super fast, like, I don't know, a Ziggs, and Galio can just be like, that's cool, I cleared my wave and then I ulted somewhere, which Ventro did, and then got kills, and then came back to lane and was unkillable, and Anivia was just like, oh, what do now?
Okay, I don't want to interrupt our post-game rumination, but who do you two have as your MVP for the series? Who are we going to bring in for the interview?
Oh man.
That is a tough one. I'm trying to remember who everyone played in game 1.
The last 2 weeks have been both Roberto and Ventro. We haven't heard much from Chicken the Wing.
But do we...
Would I say they're my
Chicken the-
MVP? No.
No.
But, I don't know.
I personally would give it to Ventro, I
mean,
think.
I'd agree.
I am
I'd
also
agree.
leaning to Ventro.
All
Sorry,
right.
I didn't expressly say that when I was gushing with my Ventro praise.
Yeah, listen, you need to say it very specifically. All right, Ventro, welcome to the desk. You have been kidnapped.
I have been kidnapped. How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
We're doing great. We are literally just over here gassing you up in incredible ways. Seriously, I know it sounded like I was being sarcastic, but we are just gassing you up.
No, thank you. I know, I kind of entered the first game, so I'm glad I kind of came back a little bit in the second.
Yeah, the
That
cast
is true.
gameplay was kind of interesting, the first
Yeah, it was
20 minutes or so.
real.
You pulled it back eventually.
Yeah,
but
I
mean-
know I did. I got a hold of myself, but yeah.
The nerves got to you, that's what it was.
yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
No,
so do we have any questions for Ventro? Now,
Yeah, I
You
do.
guys-
I've got a very
Ask
pressing,
it.
a very pressing question for you, Ventro.
Ask it. I know you need to say
Ask
it, but
it,
I'm right.
ask
I'm
away.
right. I'm right.
Okay.
I know I'm right.
Right about what?
Oh, you're going somewhere else then. Never mind. I apologize.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Ventro about his thoughts on the pressing price changes of Little Debbie snacks. But I mean, like,
bringing back the off-stream chat.
Priorities.
so Ventro, what are your thoughts on the rising prices of Little Debbie snacks?
It's very controversial in yeah, but I don't really have any bias for or
Okay.
against it.
Okay.
I'm neutral. Let's just go with that. I don't want to piss the higher
Okay,
ups.
now
so-
that is
answer,
that,
good
that
answer.
is a very
Ooh.
safe answer.
Yeah,
Playing it
yeah.
safe. Now,
I'm playing it
Ventro,
safe.
Who media trained you?
right. He's like, this is a controversial topic. I'm not touching
I
it.
don't want to be a brand risk. Yeah.
okay.
Speaking of costs and things not costing too much and/or enough.
Oh no.
One, the Abyssal Rush.
Oh, of course. Yes. I love that item. It's one of my favorites. No one appreciates it. Though,
It costs
but-
like 3 pennies, and basically Anivia does no damage to you.
Yeah, right? That's what I was saying. It felt so good. She went Roa, but I think if she went Leandri's, it would have been much harder.
That's what I said.
Yeah. So that was kind of my confusion, but I was very happy when I saw the buy. I was like, okay, I'm not dying this game to her. So
So then my other question, because this was discussed, was so you also went proto belt because you didn't. I mean, because you initially didn't rush a damage item, but
Right.
someone was totally confused about this proto belt Galio like it was the newest tech they'd ever heard, and I need you
Someone
to
who we
confirm
won't
for me.
name.
Confirm for me,
Okay, no,
someone.
yeah.
Someone. Don't know
Y'all
who.
fake as hell, bro.
Don't know who, right?
I'm on your ass. What is this?
So normally a lot of people go Everfrost on him.
Yeah.
Or they can go Evan Shroud on it. You can build a lot of items on Galio, to be honest. I just don't enjoy Proto Belt just for closing the gap. Really, it's sometimes just annoying and it helps you get on the Kaisa a little bit easier. So it just makes my life a lot easier and hers much harder.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was not only obvious, but it's a
Oh,
recommended item.
whoa.
It's a
Okay.
recommended
Okay.
Galio item.
Okay.
It pops up on the shop. It's like you probably want to go.
Okay, yeah, you know
one
what
of
else
these three
pops up on the
things.
shop? You know what else pops up in the shop? Thimble Winter for Orin. Does that mean I'm gonna buy it? Hell no! Like, what?
We're on the Fimbulwinter Orn now. Damn.
Like,
Oh,
You're all
the-
talking about that same thing too, so it's kind of funny.
The roasting. The roasting.
I know.
But- Yeah, we don't want to ask you about. Well, we can ask you about your opinion on the Thimble Winter Orin later, but we want to do it without it sounding pointed.
Right.
But so I really like your comp for the second game. I'm not gonna say was that planned because obviously you picked Galio, Camille, Wukong. If it wasn't planned, that's just the luckiest shit that ever happened. But
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, actually, I don't know if you noticed in the loading screen, but we did almost the exact same comp, and we had 5 Infernals on our team. This game we had 3.
Yes, I remember that.
So we just kind of did the same exact thing, and it just kind of usually falls in place, and all of it comes together in the end. So we didn't really plan it all, but it just kind of goes with the flow, and it worked this game. So.
All right, and so here's the other question we had. So Frostbite's AP build. I apologize. I'm taking all
No,
the
no,
questions.
no, you're good.
But Frostbite's AP build, but with you playing, if I remember correctly, the one time you went Galio, there wasn't enough damage.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we were talking
Sometimes.
about it, but now Frostbite went the AP Varus build, but it can still do DPS because it has
Oh, it does so much DPS.
lethal tempo. But I mean, it's not just an arrow and then if it didn't kill you, well, give me 5 seconds, I'm reloading, right? But
Yeah,
so,
right.
So I think that was a great permutation. Was the Varus permutation on top of it like a preconceived thing, or was that just like, wait a second, we can just go Varus and go AP, and then that way Galio doesn't have to worry about like just being, trying to fill 2 roles basically.
Yeah, right. So for Varus, I kind of see him more as an AP carry, to be honest with you, because 80% of the games I see him play, he's either going hybrid or he's going full AP. So, and he just one-shots. I don't know if you saw in the game. He literally just one-shots. So,
Yes.
Oh, we saw it.
and you can't really build
We
against
saw
it
it.
either. You literally can't build against it. So it's like, and it works with Abyssal, so it's just kind of an OP build. So I just see him as an AP carry.
I haven't even thought about the connection between Abyssal and AP. Oh my god, dude.
That's what I was trying to talk about in the game. And then someone
Yeah, it's pretty strong,
rudely
though.
started a team fight, Ventro.
That's on me. That's on me.
Now,
That's
Ventro,
disgusting.
I do have a question. You did fall behind a lot in game 1.
Yes, I did. Yeah. I
So,
remember it, fortunately.
what was it like? Like, what was the path back to victory like in that game? Were you guys
Let
just
me
calm
pull
and
up.
collected, or
Oh,
trying
the
to make some
takes.
frenzied plays?
I'll be honest, I was a little tilted game 1 from just dying.
We've
over
been
and over.
there.
It was just annoying playing in Ziggs because I could never touch him because he was just playing behind his second tier. But I kind of just took a deep breath and just decided, okay, I'm playing it's front to back, so I'll just try and make myself as useful as possible by getting in the way. And I like to think I did it, but yeah, just it kind of worked. The Twitch late game is pretty insane though. Like it kind of took us to the win because of just how much damage it has.
I mean, Frostbite's flank at the Baron play, I think the last Baron play, was just insane. Able to get onto both the carries from DPS.
Yeah, no, yeah. We like to trust him. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but I'm glad it worked out this time. So, the Frost factor.
The
is what we
frost
call it.
factor. Okay.
Alrighty, do we have any more questions?
I do not.
I'm sure we can just go towards your usual. Go ahead and shout out your team. Tell the league that you're.
Yeah,
you're
Of
not
course,
scared
of course.
them.
Thank you
and
for
then
everyone who's
wrap up.
watching. Oh, sorry. Thank you to the casters, of course. Everyone who's watching, co-workers, family, friends, family of friends, all of everyone, really. It's pretty nice to be here. Thank you guys, everyone. Have a nice night.
Alrighty.
You too.
Thank you, Ventro, and that
you,
will be
guys.
all for the night. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow.